is anyone else on the lap apart from Mascara? Is it Mascara leading the lot?
I think Linny. Oh no, Linny just crossed the line. Right. I have no idea what that track is, but
what? Oh my god! It's Mascara is leading the way. It's Mascara first, I think.
Yeah, Mascara's the first one out of all those.
2/10. 2/10 up on his personal best. I think was that Linny who's just retired from the session.
Yeah,
if I'm not wrong.
He already did his lap, like just about 10 seconds,
So
20 seconds ago.
Linny, 6.5 from pole, as someone has just beaten Mascara's middle sector. It's Bradley, the Red Bull, who's been so dominant so far this qualifying session. Mascara's got 6.5 of a bulk. But now in the final corner, the Papaya to the line to improve his time and go 8.5 of a second clear. But over to the Red Bull, who's been once, who's been twice on pole. Can it be a hat-trick of poles this year? Yes, it can. Provisional pole goes to Bradley. As over the line, we go then with the championship protagonist. AWR, a bit of a twitch over the line now. AWR to the top 3. The Mercedes and Will Lewis to the line. He goes into the top 3. What about the Aston Martin and Joe Friday into the top 6 there for the Green Machine Silverstone-based team? Next up is the other McLaren. Can Kai Harris do a miraculous lap? They all just about made it in the Q3. Over the line now, it's nowhere near, and it's only 7th for the McLaren. Over the line is Daniel, and it's into the top 7 for the 3rd time this season. It's Bradley on pole. It's a hat-trick of poles in RFC this season. Roll on the Grand Prix by just under 0.3 of a second. Bradders has taken it from Mascara.
Wow, that was a great lap at the end.
Indeed, it was. Obviously, Bradley. I don't know if he was watching all, but Bradley, I think Bradley was half a second clear at the end of Q1, and then the gap was similar to this at the end of Q2. Obviously, so the British driver is on pole, and it was looking good for McLaren at the moment. Obviously, 2 McLarens in the top 10, 1 Mercedes in the top 10. Reminder that if McLaren don't get outscored by Mercedes by a singular point, they are Constructors' champions. And it's for the drivers as well. If AWR fails to outscore Slava by 5 or more points, Slava's world champion. Obviously, Slava is not here in this race this evening, so AWR could gain a heap of points, obviously, considering he's obviously not here. Obviously, Formation Lab is going to be awaiting the drivers. I'm looking paranoidly out the window to make sure the shopping doesn't arrive as the race starts.
I mean, the weather looks a bit gloomy. I don't know what the weather forecast is yet. It will just say clear until we actually get into the session. But maybe it will just be dry. Seems like
it's giving. What year was it? Was it 2014, 2015 vibes? Was when Hamilton won his 3rd world title? I think it was 2nd or 3rd world title. Obviously, for the first time with the Mercedes team. First or second time?
Yeah, 2015, wasn't it? Because 2014 it went to Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it? Obviously, I didn't start watching F1 until 2021. So, as people say nowadays, I'm a new gen. Let me get the Twitch chat back up while we're waiting. So, Mons, who do you reckon's going to win this evening?
Well, based on that qualifying from the one lap I saw, I mean, Bradley seems pretty ominous. Right, formation lap. The RS disabled. Lovely.
Oh! It's been doing that. It did that at the start of Q3 as well. So, formation lap underway.
I would like to put the track map on sometimes, but I didn't do
game 1.
Yeah, but then obviously things might overlap. But we'll give it a try, I guess.
Yeah, at least can we see the tyres potentially?
Yeah,
we can see the Red Bull's tyres.
And we can't
starting tyres then.
Started.
There's a split in the strategy in the top 10. Yes. So, the top 2 on the medium and compounder tyres. Will Lewis in the Mercedes. Obviously, he's got a pole this season. Hasn't picked up a win this season. Will Lewis on the hardcomer tyres. Both Ferraris sticking to the medium tyres. Joe Friday in the Aston Martin on the hard tyres. Then Daniel, Kai Harris, Riley, and Elise de Winter on the mediums. Then Ryan, both Aston Martins there on the hard compound tyres. Then Paul in the Mercedes down in P12 there. Disappointing for him considering Mercedes are in a Constructors' Championship fight. Not really much of a fight if they can only need to outscore on by a single point. Both V-Carbs of World and Maloon on the hard compound tyres, as well as both Hasses in 16th and 19th. Both Saubers in 18th and 20th on the medium compound tyres. Exotic qualified in P14, but had a 5-place grid penalty for whatever he did. Enthusiast there on the medium compound tyres along with his teammate, and then Nellis as well on the hard compound tyres.
Come up from the game, Ben.
So,
you know? Yeah.
I've actually wrote down the strategies here from SRC. So, plan A is medium hard, and then plan B is hard medium. The optimal lap for medium hard, lap 11. Optimal lap for hard medium is lap 16. Also from the data I got, the tyre crossover, the mediums will become better than the softs in the middle sector lap 2. The hard tyres will become better than the mediums on lap 4 in the middle sector, and then the hard tyres will become better than the softs on lap 3, sector 1. But obviously there's no one on the softs, so the only important information at the current moment in time is the crossover from medium to hard. So everyone lining up. The hards will take a couple of laps to fire up doom and gloom in the sky at the Circuit of the Americas. Everyone all lined up. The green flag waves at the back. The US Grand Prix is 5 lights away. The 5 lights go on and they go out. Let's get racing in Texas. This is a great start by Mascara. And already down towards turn number 1. We're going side by side, but the Red Bull defends it right outside. Mascara will try. Now be the up and under the Ferrari. Diving on the inside there. Maybe of AWR. The other Ferrari looking to get involved, and Will Lewis has dropped down into P3. AWR into 3rd and Linny into 4th. The Mercedes has lost out. Bradley leads the US Grand Prix. There's almost contact there between Paul and the Alpine of Elias de Winter there through the S's. But there's the Aston Martin and the Williams there. There's yellow flag in the back for the Mercedes or the Sauber, the Alpine in fact it is, of I believe Enthusiast, who got spun round after starting around the bottom 6 positions. Maybe contact there with the Sauber, who's made up a couple of places. As Edo's on the inside. There's the Mercedes on the Aston Martin. Down the long back straight we go. They're side by side down the straight. The Williams ghosted there. But Bradley leads the US Grand Prix from Mascara. As down there towards turn number 12 go. The Alpine diving down the inside on the Williams. Maybe looking for him on the Aston Martin. And the Alpine, Elias de Winter, into the top 7.
A great start from him. Already up a few places. He started in 10th. I remember seeing that on the first lap. Oh, potentially looking up the inside. Almost running into the back of Joe Friday there. And also, yeah, Enthusiast, not quite sure what happened to him, but he's obviously running quite a way detached. And yeah, Bradley leading from pole. AWR and Linny making up a couple of places. Will Lewis dropping back a couple of places. It seems like Kai Harris and Riley potentially banging wheels on the main straight.
Into turn number 1, Danny inside the Red Bulls, looking Riley to the inside, gets to the apex first, cuts the corner, maybe he's there off the road, goes Kai Harris, and Paul will look right the outside of turn 2, but the McLaren's having none of it, but are they going to assign myself for the S's? Yes they are, as Kai Harris banging his way through, and they're still banging through turn 6 there, and then through turn number 7, the Red Bull and the McLaren coming to blows as Bradley is looking to extend there. There's a McLaren leading this battle, and then the Red Bulls leading the other battle as Will Lewis has dropped down behind Joe Friday's yellow flag for Ryan in the Aston Martin, who's round on the exit of turn number 9, and then through turn number 10, Ryan in the Aston Martin with no front wing, the game says there. But there's just no end plates on that Aston Martin there.
Riley continuing to scrap. And
on the inside.
Oh, Kai Harris trying to keep it wheel to wheel. This slow speed section now. And Riley's just going to try and push him out of space. And Kai Harris will have the inside into turn 15. Can Riley hold it all the way around the outside? I think he can into this now triple right-hander. And he's ahead.
Just looking around the outside, but you need so much more predominant grip, like you saw in 2022 between Magnussen and Vettel. Yeah,
Vettel
when
went
Vettel
right
just
round
had
the
such
outside
better
there.
tyres.
I mean, he was still hanging on right on the ragged edge. I think he'd oversteer mid-corner, but
Oh,
he
and
didn't
there's the
do it.
Williams going wide there. That was the Williams wide of Nellis, I believe it was, as the Hassel Exotic got very close there. And in the turn number 1, the Hass is through, and there is the is that the there's the Mercedes round the pool.
Yeah.
So did he get involved with Kai Harris there, as the Mercedes is now under pressure from the Hass as we go into the S section. But the race leaders looking very, very close there. 3.5 tenths as they go through turn number 10. Could we see our first change in lead here through turn 11? And now we accelerate down the long back straight. Bradley knows he's got to break the toe. The McLaren has got the battery, has got the slipstream, and the DRS. Bradley inside or outside, chooses the inside, but not a defense shown. As into the lead once more goes Mascara into the lead of the US Grand Prix. But will Bradley come back on the inside? No, he will look around the outside, as there are the 2 Ferraris swapping around. Linney now ahead of his teammate there through turn number 14 and 15. Here we go now, as there was the Haas going pretty deep after making a move on Paul. Paul's just lacking all over the shop. Yeah. As Bradley. Is it side by side between the leaders? There goes Bradley. Looking around the inside. Then over the outside for 19. Will he then try the inside at turn 20? You don't see many moves in this section of the racetrack. As we go through the final corner for the 3rd time. Down the main straight we go. And towards turn number 1 we go. Bradley turns on that battery. Well, he's gaining in the slipstream of the McLaren. Will we see a lunge to the inside at turn number 1? He's gaining in the toe, but he's not. And the McLaren takes a more defensive line through turn 1 as Bradley gets close to the rear of the McLaren. But Mascara has led his first lap at the US Grand Prix in his third race, I should say, in RFC. As there goes Schneider through on the world in the V-Club. The Sauber having an almighty race so far in the United States there.
Yeah, I think World might have been trying to move, and then Schneider just kind of cut back then and then got the place back. World as well getting a penalty there.
Oh, that's cool. Is that a new thing? I
yeah, yeah, that's a new thing. But then it kind of overlaps because we have to use the in-game track map. That's why I tried to use the other track map. But I mean, as you can see, you need to do some laps around the circuit. Otherwise, the track map doesn't load. But obviously, I wasn't expecting to need to, do that. Anyway,
it's working now, but that's been done. As there's Joe Friday gone off the track there. Joe Friday and the Aston Martin off the track after overtaking Will Lewis. Will the stewards want to get involved with that for maybe leaving the track and gaining a lasting advantage, like you saw with Lando Norris spent last year against the Flying Dutchman and Max Verstappen. You've got a McLaren and a Red Bull fighting this time for the lead in Texas. 3.5 tenths as Trixie leaves the session as we go through turn number 19, half a second through the final corner. Excuse me. As we go now around turn number 20, and the Ferrari's starting to fall away a little bit more. The gap was 1.7 not too long ago. As we go through turn number 1, we was momentarily watching from the rear of the McLaren. That is on the last lap. Bradley basically 4 tenths quicker than the Scuderia Ferraris, who are looking for a set in stone 3rd and 4th. As on the inside, there goes Paul on Schneider, who Schneider was, I think, wasn't Schneider like P11 this time last lap? Now he's down 13.
Yeah, he's lost the place to World as well. And then, Paul getting by. And the penalties, I'm expecting quite a few to stack up with the kind of the first sector, and even, all of the track. You can attract penalties.
Race lead could be about to swap again, 4.5 tenths, as we go down this long back straight. But I think Bradley might be sitting down. You can see that rear light flashing, just trying to recharge that battery pack, maybe it seems, as we go into turn number 12 there. As you can see none of them really have any much ERS in store, as there are the 2 Ferraris. It doesn't seem to be any team orders there. It just seems to be an all-out brawl here in Texas this evening, as there is Paul now ahead of World in the V-Car. The Mercedes driver up into the top 11. As it stands at the moment, McLaren are the Constructors' champions for RFC. Is this season 5 or 6? Season 6. So yeah, there you go. As it stands, McLaren will be champions this race. As for the drivers, though, it will go to Sao Paulo, because AWR is currently scoring 12 points At this current moment in time, that gap will be around 51 points. Is there? Is Bradley looking around the outside? Looks for the inside. How going to be now the outside of turn 2? But nothing doing there. The Red Bull looking to duel in Texas, looking to shoot his shot in America for victory in the Lone Star State. As a 3 second for Linney, who's currently running in the top 3 there. 3 second time penalty for track limits.
Yeah, that's not going to help his battle for the podium. I mean, it seems like Joe Friday has caught up to the Ferrari in the last... Yeah, look at that. He has really gained. I mean, I think they did also swap, so kind of...
I mean, it could be one of those situations like, obviously, where me and Danny fought a lot at Silverstone. Like one of those where the Ferrari's just costing himself too much time. You see the Ferrari and Linney trying to break the toe once again from his teammate, or is this just a plain sailing swap in position? Remember what I said pre-race about how, as there's the race leader trying outside, Mascara looking to fight Bradley. Bradley will go right outside, try to switcheroo, but then the track will swing left-handed, and it's now into turn 15, running outside. He will then try another switchback on the McLaren, and then the track's going to swing right-handed for the next 3 corners. Running outside, he's going to try it through 16, 17, and 18. The Red Bull roars into the lead as running outside, Mascara will go, and on the inside, Bradley holds it. It's down towards turn number 20. Bradley on the inside. There's yellow flags on the back for someone who's round. There's Mascara then. Has he got the DRS? No, he hasn't. As now we go down towards turn number 1. The top 2 for the leading the race side by side. Thirdly's got the inside. Mascara on the outside. Mascara will try and hold this on the outside, and then they're going to go wheel to wheel down towards turn number 2. Will Bradley give this up? No, he won't towards the S's. Will he have to give it up? Yes, he will. Mascara keeps the lead of the US Grand Prix. Bradley has to sit for second at this current moment in time, but they were wheel to wheel for at least 2 sectors there.
Yeah, Bradley was giving it absolutely everything to get by on that last lap going into this lap, but Mascara just about holding on. And
it's hello, I said to bits.
Yeah. I mean,
what I was going to say...
There was absolute chaos going on in the background as well.
What I was going to say before all the carnage had unfolded, that obviously ever since the middle sector of lap 4, the hard tyres have become the better tyre. Yeah, and there go the Ferraris just swapping once again, trying to do something to try and catch up and just trying to find the answer. As there is Will Lewis now up into the top 5, trying to minimise, but as long as there is a McLaren in the top 2, there goes Kai Harris.
There's contact.
Oh my god!
Wait,
is the damage maybe to the Alpine? There's the replay. You saw the Mercedes just getting by, and then you look just diving on the inside. Where is it? There he is, Kai Harris there. As there's contact. Jesus, I didn't actually notice that bit at first. The Alpine almost sideways through turn number 12, potentially moving under braking from either one of them. The Alpine actually came across towards Kai Harris under the braking. There's Bradley trying to just make a move in his mirrors. There's the latest 3-second penalty, as there is a lot of penalties being handed out already this race so far. As there's all your warnings so far. Mascara's got 1. Bradley hasn't picked up 1 so far.
Hello, it's just got nothing next to his name, but
he's inevitable, mate. He can't get any.
No, there's probably some problem there.
Lap number 8 of 28. Rons, what do you think of this race so far? Obviously, is it probably without a doubt better than Singapore already?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're seeing quite a lot of battles on track, and we're seeing a battle for the lead that's kind of carrying on, and then this podium scrap is going all the way back to Daniel at the moment, and
the Williams in contention.
Not able to keep up. Doesn't seem.
If I'm not wrong, didn't Daniel get a podium in Singapore? As there goes the 2 Ferrari, but the Mercedes is looking to pounce, as there goes Will Lewis looking down the inside on Linney. He needs to try and split up the Ferraris here to get in between for the podium, which he's done, and Linney has to fall down to 5th. The man who was looking very good at the start of the race obviously got up into the top 4, and maybe the Ferraris are looking to challenge for the win, but they have been, ever since the lap, really lap number 2, they've all been dropped, and it's now Will Lewis not in a Mercedes sandwich, in a Ferrari sandwich here. I wonder what a Ferrari sandwich says, as there goes Joe Friday looking now to the inside of turn 20. Will he dive, or will he just back out of it? He'll just back out of it. but Linney struggling on those tyres as now we go down towards turn number 1. He's gaining in the slipstream is Linney really, but Joe Friday's gaining as well. But we see lunch to the inside at turn number 1, the third and fourth, where they all stay single file to get on the power on the exit of turn 1. Flat through turn number 2, and the top 6 stay as they were as they start, or top 7 stay as they were as they start lap number 9. But it just seems to be through the S's, especially when I'm looking at the delta between the top 2. Bradley really struggles to keep up there, 8 tenths of a second back as we went through turn 9, and then towards turn number 11 we go. Obviously the battery levels probably not looking too good considering how much they were pushing themselves, and yeah, there's my point. Bradley has got a lot more, but you can just see how fast it goes down
as well. I think.
What the tyre wear? Oh, we'll have a look.
A little, like about 5% more, maybe.
Hang on, can I have a look at? Wait, go to Bradley again. Oh. Maybe looking at the inside. On the inside, there goes Will Lewis on the inside of AWR contact as the championship protagonist is barged wide, elbows out by the Mercedes, as then AWR will dive back on the inside of turn 15. These second corners off the track goes Will Lewis and then has to concede the place. As then wide goes AWR. I don't know where is he off to. He's off to another state in the United States. As then Lilly was looking for a move as well, as he's right back into contention for the podium here. As we start lap number 10 of this race. Next lap will be the optimum lap for the hard compounder tyres. As
Bradley's closing back in.
Yeah, he's definitely closing back in. It's been like that for the last couple of laps. I mean, it's been through the S's. Bradley just seems to drop him miles away. There is a yellow flag out for Schneider. Maybe a mistake, maybe a spin. Out of turn 19.
Yeah, something went on there. His tyres can't be too good now. Salvas have been having a few difficulties. Well, it's obviously making a stop. This position change. And there we can see those running at the back, the ones who have stopped. So I think it sometimes says it's a penalty when it isn't. This is what I'm trying to trial. Bradley!
Yes, Bradley. Oh, down the inside at turn 12. Bradley hits Mascara's left tyre, but Mascara can hold it around the outside to keep the lead of the US Grand Prix. But will he now dive on the inside of turn 15? He's aiming for it, and down the inside goes Bradley. Will Mascara go off the road? They're going to keep it level pegging towards turn number 16, 17, and 18. Through the triple right-hander in the States. They're side by side, and for the second time this race, they're wheel-to-wheel through turn 19. Rally outside goes Mascara. Off the track goes Mascara, and into the lead goes the pole sitter. Bradley once again leads the US Grand Prix, but it's not over yet. Down towards turn 1, Mascara pulls out to the inside and overtakes the Red Bull. And once again, McLaren lead. But Bradley's going to try on the switchback contact in the rear, as Bradley will now try on the outside of 2, but has to concede. He got the lead, then he lost the lead.
Yeah, wow, that was, again, you just thought that Bradley was going to get that place, but then Mascara, however I'm supposed to say his name, came straight back.
Mascara, that's how I say it.
Yeah, that was Bradley with that surprise move. You can see moves into that corner, just making a lunge, and well, it's quite an open corner. You can do that, but yeah.
I think Joe Friday as well actually got ahead of Linney now, because Linney's down into P6 there.
Yeah, Linney.
That's the Martin. On a storm.
Struggling a bit.
Current women tyres. Another 3 second for Ryan, potentially. We don't actually know if it is. Oh, nice out inside once more. Bradley's going again on the inside of turn 12. Lap number 11. There's another fight for the lead. Rally outside at turn number 13 now for the Red Bull. Can he finally get it done towards turn 15? Will he now try to do the inside Mascara? No, he can't. Bradley once again leads the US Grand Prix, and once again it was another dive into turn number 12, but the Red Bull had finally got the lead in the United States.
Yeah, I wonder if Mascara is going to get back with DRS again. He just seems to be able to follow in this last sector, and then the battle goes back down towards turn 1, slightly further back than the previous lap, but he's still gaining.
Here he goes once again to the inside. Mascara takes the lead once again, but it's the old switcheroo again by Bradley. And once again he tried. He's got the outside for turn 2. He's going to try it into the S's side by side. The top 2 through S's side by side. It's no contact as outside goes Bradley into the lead of the US Grand Prix. Mascara tried to defend it, but Bradley takes the lead in the United States once again. What a move that was! Oh my god! That is amazing!
Yeah, unbelievable. Wheel to wheel for that long and no contact. And
yeah, thanks. Aston Martin Ryan's off.
Yeah,
at turn 19.
Ryan having a difficulty, but this is what we want to
it's
see.
It's not over yet. Towards turn 12 on the inside. Mascara takes the lead once more.
Bradley's going to
try on the outside. He's on the outside. And then wheel to wheel towards turn 13. Bradley on the inside. Mascara on the outside. Bradley, can he get the lead once more and defend it this time? Mascara has to concede. And Bradley keeps the lead in the United States as we go towards the triple right-hander.
I think Bradley might have to pit into the pits pretty soon because he is racking up the tyre wear. Mascara is slightly less, so he can probably go on for another lap if he wants, but he's actually going for the undercut.
Mascara pits! Oh, gambles! I kind of wish they followed each other in. This has been amazing, this race. The battles on the lead have been insane. Obviously, Wilson will win the whole S's. It's unbelievable what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think I'm going to turn off that penalties thing quickly because I think it just keeps popping up even when people aren't getting penalties. So it's
AWR hasn't got a pen.
Anything. Yeah, it's more distracting than anything. It kept popping up. Ryan got a pen. His World.
So this is close. World looking. Yeah, only just low, but then on the traction, obviously colder tyres for the McLaren. But Mascara is just ahead of World, and then he can use this clean air for effect to try and make this undercut successful. But again, I'm kind of sad, really, that they split up, considering how good that both battles was. You lose 19 seconds.
Probably quite a lot, because Bradley, he had about 5-10% worse tyres than Mascara, so... He's really going to be struggling.
Can we see the tyre now?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have to box this lap, otherwise he'll be in puncture territory.
He's losing tyre behind on the fifth. You lose 19 seconds in a pit stop around here, and the gap's 18.3, so he's at least going to be 0.8 of a second back, as then we go through turn 15 with the Red Bull driver, with the pole sit, and then through the triple right-hander. This is one of the killers, really, for tyre wear, because you're flat out. I think was that another twitch there? Through the section as there is the pit window. Lap 13, it's a mega stint really on the medium compound tyres. He finally dives into the pit, but he's given up so much lap time. He's going to be at least 2 seconds back.
Yeah, and Mascara has plenty clean air to he's not got any traffic, and he's pumping in the sector times, and it's going to be good enough. He was, I think, 1.5 seconds quicker in the middle sector.
Jeez, it's going to be close towards pit exit. You can see the Rebel crew rushing in to see where he comes out. But in the turn number 1, Mascara leads once more. But that gap is not all massive. It's catchable because now Bradley is going to get the warm-up phase.
To desperately get into DRS, otherwise I think the McLaren might just run away.
Yeah, considering, I mean, you saw the pace that Bradley had in qualifying. 2 seconds is the gap between your net race leaders. Will Lewis leads the way. Joe Friday in P2. Mascara third. Bradley fourth. And then here, look at this little train here. I think it's like, what, a 5-car train? As here is AWR looking maybe around the outside of the Haas. Will he then try and set up around the outside of turn 8, sorry. And then through turn number 9. Maybe to the traction difference there. As Exotic currently running in the top 7 there. As there goes a Ferrari. Will bang in there. That demotes the Haas into 8th, and AWR down the inside there. Almost
sneaking around the outside, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost think he almost ran into the rear of the Haas there. It's down towards turn number 12. Go on.
But no, I was just to say, he kind of went half off track there to just make sure he didn't run into the back of him. And Riley getting close.
Ooh, off the track almost. I think the Haas trying to defend there to try and help.
Dive up the inside.
He ran outside. Oh my god.
Exotic not wanting to give up that place easily. Yeah, he's been on those hard tyres for the whole race, of course. Riley.
Bradley's got the gap down to 1.6. Sorry to the button in throughout that.
That was fine.
Towards turn one we go once again, and Bradley's got the gap down by 0.3 of a second. My dogs look at me like, what the hell are you doing? This has arguably been one of the best race of the season so far from what I've seen.
Yeah.
It's, at least the best fight for the lead. It's been incredible. I think they've at least had 6 laps of wheel-to-wheel action for the lead. As it stands, McLaren will not be champions. Really?
Yeah, well,
oh, that's because
Lewis has stayed out. But also, Kai Harris is not having best of races for that car.
Maybe you're starting to see why Mercedes did actually drop him, considering. I mean, he's in the top 4 in the drivers, but maybe the pressure's getting to him, and he's just showing his true pace there. Obviously, down in P11 in a McLaren, which should be where you can see has got pace to fight for the win. Mascara's proving it. There's the gap, a pit stop gap between the 2 McLarens there. Oh, my cat's coming in to join the party.
It must have showed of how good this race has been.
You know, Jack. Yeah. I'm surprised my shopping hasn't arrived.
Your shopping's going to arrive on the last lap, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want that to happen because I like doing the last lap. I mean, it was meant to. Hang on, what time did my mum say? Shopping was meant to be here between 7:35 and 8:35. It's currently 8:33. As there you can see Mascara. Could this be now Bradley's ticket back in? He's definitely going to get DRS from Joe, considering the tyre difference.
He's going to get held up in the first sector now, I think. Maybe.
I don't think he'll get held up that much. Although the tyres are that much different, I think he might only get held up through turn number 8 and turn number 9, because he's already got DRS here. But then it's this section. It's the medium
a little bit up here in the right hander and in the left, probably. Yeah.
Not really. Only maybe a bit of dirty air. But is this the ticket Bradley needed to get back into DRS? He's
going to get DRS, yeah.
Oh, he's going for the pin early. He's going down the inside. Probably a smart move. Probably saving in the most amount of time. 1.8 seconds is the gap. Oh, Jack.
2 seconds.
Oi! Sorry. My cat just started clawing the sofa for absolutely no apparent reason. So the gap between the top 2 is 1.7 seconds. Can you take over for a minute? Because I need a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, Bradley. Yeah, I don't know if he really gained a lot from that DRS, to be honest. Riley's getting through. Everyone's just kind of clearing World at the moment. World, who hasn't stopped yet. And all these cars who have stopped. World just kind of being a little bit of a roadblock. Cars getting through. The podium fight. Well, AWR away from Linney, but then it's Poole and Riley still in that fight. Daniel will be looking to get past World, otherwise he's going to drop out of that contention. World should be quite an easy overtake, but he's still going to lose time. And yeah, Bradders did get a penalty.
Hello. I got my drink. It's a lot quicker because I'm downstairs, so I can just literally run to the kitchen and I want it with me 20 seconds. Did anything happen?
Bradley has got a penalty. I think that kind of just happened just as he left. I think it... Yeah. But I wonder what part Will Lewis is going to play in this as well, because he's leading the race now. And...
Crash.
we have the 2 race leaders right up behind, and well, who's this going to benefit? Because you think it'd be Bradley. As long as Mascara doesn't get by on this straight, I don't think he is. So now he'll probably get held up the whole last sector unless he makes a risky dive.
It's going to be close here. The dirty air is definitely going to affect the McLaren, and I'm going to expect a launch on the inside at turn 15 here. Will he go free? Yes, he will, on the inside. Mascara to the lead in the US Grand Prix, or is he? The Mercedes not looking to back out of it, as through turn 16, 17, 18, the Mercedes has not even got a choice, as that's going to give DRS to Bradley there. As now we go through turn number 19, will the Mercedes now dive into the pit? He tried to hold the McLaren up, and he's not going to hold up the Red Bull, as the fight for the lead is back on. Get in there.
Yep, DRS there for Bradley, he's gonna need to break away though. I mean, to be fair, Mascara, one warning away.
Yes.
Will Lewis
Sorry,
with no warnings.
I don't want this race to be decided by a penalty. I think that's the worst thing about league racing, when a race is decided by a penalty and you just know that when you win on track and you say if you got a really stupid track with a penalty and you know you can't get it removed, it's just one of those that really annoy you. But is Bradley going to try and force him into a mistake to get that elusive third warning? Obviously, Bradley's got 4 warnings, so if he gets 2 more, he's on a 6-second. But they have absolutely checked out compared to the rest of the field. 14 seconds between Bradley and AWR. As down towards turn number 1. Game on once again as we go towards turn 12. He's gaining in the slipstream. No battery left. Is he going for it once more? It's turn 12 again on the inside for the Red Bull. Wheel to wheel through turn 12 towards turn 13. Almost wheel lock in there as Mascara has the outside. Is it the up and under for the Red Bull? Round the outside, switches to the inside, then to the outside again. Round the outside of turn 15, trying the up and under on the exit of turn 15. He's got the traction and round the outside at turn 16 to the lead in the US Grand Prix. Bradley once again takes the lead in the United States, and now it's the McLaren.
So close to the track limit.
Very close to a track limit warning there. Mascara hanging on the edge, on the rear edge of that McLaren. As down towards turn number 1 we go once again. This isn't over yet. As sitting inside, Mascara will go, and right outside, Bradley will try to hold this. But it seems to be that's his tactic. He seems to overtake and then back out into turn 1 to then get the DRS towards turn 12.
Yeah, every time Bradley. I mean, that was a lovely move in turn 15 there. You can see just setting up totally and got the traction, but then obviously it carried on down to turn 1 as it has done. There's not really been a time that there hasn't been a retaliation from Mascara after he's lost the place.
Got ahead of Riley. Sorry to interrupt. Riley in the Red Bull, in the other Red Bull. It seems to be McLaren's got one driver McLaren and Red Bull have got a driver that's excelling, but the race leaders are getting close once more, and it's game on towards turn 12 once more, and Mascara knows he can't do anything. That's to the lead once more into turn 12. Bradley leads once again. At turn number 12 we go. Bradley leads the US Grand Prix. That is a horrible camera angle, that. As he hit the rear of the Red Bull there.
A bit of a
As
wobble
towards
there
turn
for
15. Definitely a wobble by the Red Bulls. Through turn 15 we go. Now Bradley has got into the lead. It's Riley back out of the Williams. As there goes Will Lewis in the Mercedes through. And he's going to look another pass. That's the inside of Riley. He got past 1, he gets past 2, it's the price of 2 for 2, as then Riley will try on the inside. Will he force the Mercedes wide? Gives the Mercedes room. It's now a traction race on the edge of the 15, as then Riley on the exit. Got a bit squirrely, right, and then Will Lewis is through into the top 6 there.
Yeah, Riley then running wide
off the
as
track.
well. Yeah, picking up a 3-second. Bradley maintaining the lead for once into turn 1. And well, Mascara knows he just needs to keep it clean. And well, then he will win the race. But then he just picks up a penalty. Oh
my God, yes!
2 seconds for both of them. Just as I was saying, he needs to keep it clean and he can win the race. Then
commentator's curse has struck.
And in that S section, the Silverstone-esque section, it's very easy to cut because, well, that's the quickest way round, but it's also, yeah, I mean, it's a risk. Once again, Riley, what has happened to Riley?
Is it involved as an Alpine there? Or was
I'm not entirely sure, but it's just after the S section, just turn 9, I think.
Is that a puncture? That right front looks very deflated, or I don't know if it's just my eyes.
He hasn't got telemetry on. Doesn't look like he's got a puncture.
Oh, from that camera angle we saw earlier, it looked deflated. There's Bradley. He's almost gapped. Mascara here, 9/10 basically. Yeah, it is 9/10 as they go through turn number 19. Luckily, Mascara's got some DRS, so has Bradley finally learned that maybe leading into the S's is better, considering the dirty air factor in this game.
No ERS for either driver really, so this is just about who can eke out what they've got. And well, both of them now can have a bit more commitment because they both got a penalty. I mean, obviously they don't want to get another penalty, but you don't have to play it as safe.
I mean, wasn't Bradley's tyre wear like 10% worse when Bradley pitted, when Mascara pitted? There's some more yellow flags, and Riley in the pits.
He's retired in the pits.
Why?
His tyre wear is actually quite similar this time, I think.
Huh. Why's my dog making noises?
Yeah, the tyre wear is extremely similar between the top two.
Yeah, so, man. Like, what's my dog?
So tyre wear shouldn't play too much of a factor.
You'd think not, but considering it's Texas, anything can happen. As into the pitch comes Schneider and Nellis once again. So, 2-stop for those.
I'm just going to check Paul's tyres here, because he's been on those tyres a little bit longer. And, well, he might be close to a punctured by the end of it. 10 laps. Yeah.
Let's go, Lewis. On those mediums has just picked up a penalty on the exit of turn 12. So, the Mercedes on a charge has now got to add 3 seconds to his race time. Linney is on 6 seconds. Bradley still on his forward. He's
it's very close to Mercedes. They might actually still be in with a shout, because with Linney's penalty,
yeah,
they'll get that place, and then that'll be, well, they'll be level then. Actually, won't they? But
Kai Harris to pick up the pace if it is to be a championship for McLaren.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Lewis.
That's the swap. There's the swap that I was expecting. The two Mercedes have swapped round. Obviously, it makes sense considering the tyre difference and tyre age difference as well. That 22 and 28. Obviously, the race has calmed down a little bit. The race, I mean, first stint, where do we start?
I mean, these two still might give us fireworks towards the end. I mean, they both kind of need to get their ERS back, unless they're both just going to kind of keep pushing on. I think that's Maloon up the road there, almost a lap down, so might get a bit involved. Obviously, lap car should ghost.
Towards the end of the race.
Lap car should ghost, but obviously they do still give dirty air, so that could hamper Bradley a little bit.
A slide. A bit of a slide there. Right, Bradley maybe starting to feel the effects of some tyre wear potentially. There's your current weather. I don't really think there is errant gusts of wind in F1 25. It'd be amazing if there was, as there are the two Ferraris who have basically been with each other since the lights went out. They've been side by side a lot of the race. As here is, I think this is Daniel on Joe Friday. As we go through turn 15, it is Daniel on Friday. Actually, it's Daniel on Thursday. Get it?
Mediums up ahead for Friday, and then hard tyres for Daniel. I think Daniel should get a bit stronger maybe as the race goes on. But obviously Friday's tyre is a few laps younger. And also, Mascara
Yes.
is closing back in.
I'm like a little kid on Christmas, getting so excited when I see this. Because, you know, it's just fireworks every time they come together.
Yeah. And well, he's going to probably have a go here. Down towards turn 12.
Let's have it. On the exit of turn 11 towards turn 12. It's game on once more. Lap 23 of 28 around the circuit of the Americas. He's gaining in the slipstream towards turn 1. Pulls out to the inside. And Mascara takes the lead in the United States. But can he hold it? Bradley's going to have the inside line towards turn 13. Bradley's got the inside through 13. It'll then be the outside. It'll be the inside for 14. And then the outside for turn 15. Bradley's got the outside. Will it be a rinse and repeat of a couple laps to go? It's going to try to be. And it's going to be. As into the lead once again. On the exit of turn 15. Bradley with an up and under once more. As there goes Joe Friday fighting away with the Williams of SKG. Daniel running outside. Daniel will try. It will then switch to the outside and then to the inside for turn 15. On the inside goes Daniel, running outside goes Joe in the Aston Martin contact, wheel banging, and then it'll be the inside this time for Joe through 16, 17 and 18. It's back comes Mascara into turn 1 and into the lead. Once again goes Mascara. It's once again wheel to wheel to wheel. Side by side through 2. Have he got the grip to keep it in? Yes, he has. For the second time, they're side by side through the S's and into the lead. Bradley takes it away. Once again in the S's, he leads. It's incredible.
Yeah, once again, these two producing fireworks out there. And well, we said it had gone into a bit of a lull period, but now it seems like they're both going all guns blazing. They both have the penalties, of course. Level playing field for those two. AWR, as we just cut back, getting a 3 seconds, so that's now 6 seconds for both Ferraris. So that could be Mercedes gaining in the Constructors' Championship fight, potentially taking it to the next race. Obviously, Kai Harris, you'd think, should be able to get past a couple of cars ahead of him, but he just doesn't seem to quite have it in this race so far.
No, obviously, he got demoted from Mercedes. He's now got a 3 Ferraris. Swapping around as the 2 Mercedes start to work together, but Paul seems to be falling away, so he might actually finish in front
Paul
of the.
Really needs to kind of conserve his tyres, I think. If he just wants to make the end of the race.
Oh, front. Wow, okay, that's different. The front nose as is that my shop? What lap are we on? 24. I think my shopping has just arrived. No, it's not my shop. Is it? I can't tell. Right, my shopping's here. I gotta go. I'll be back.
Right.
What lap are we on?
Lap
No,
25.
no.
You better be here in 2 laps time.
I'll be as quick as I can.
Well, Mascara still trying to close in on Bradley, and these two looking to go for it again. Slightly more ERS for the McLaren. Now 15 seconds ahead of Linney. And well, yeah, Will Lewis has now also closed in to the Ferraris, so that could be Mercedes helping themselves in the Constructors' Championship fight. Kai Harris still stuck behind Joe Friday. Bradley has eked out the gap to about 0.8 of a second, but now Mascara will get the overtake button on, and he will close in down into turn 12. We have a yellow flag for the Williams. They're just slowing down as Mascara around the outside, and Bradley once again, they are wheel to wheel. Now we're going to see another lunge into turn 15. I think we might do, you know, and it's Mascara, but Bradley gets the exit, slight wobble, and Bradley is still leading the US Grand Prix, but it's still very close between the pair of them, and we still have a few more laps to go after this to decide the winner of this one. They both have 3-second time penalties. And now we will quickly just have a little look, see what Will Lewis is up to. He's closing in as Kai Harris also picks up a penalty. That could be crucial in his fight to try and get past a couple of cars. Joe Friday and SKG Daniel Mascara not quite able to take the lead of the race, but he's still got another few laps. And we'll quickly have a little look at the championship, but looks like drivers will still carry on. Mercedes, though, look to be denying the opportunity for McLaren, but obviously if Mascara wins the race, that will be a big difference in points as well, and that could tip it in McLaren's favour. Will Lewis with 3 less seconds of time penalties than the 2 Ferraris, so he'll get those places anyway. And now, can Mascara finally get the run? As SKG Daniel picks up the penalty, but now in the slipstream to the outside of turn number 12. And Bradley once again tries to break deep on the inside, and they still give each other a lot of space, and they're still wheel to wheel in 13. Mascara not quite able to. Can he make a surprise lunge into turn 15 late on the brakes? Will Bradley hang it round the outside once more? Yes, he will. And Bradley still maintains the lead of the race. Can Mascara pull the Sebastian Vettel? Not quite, I don't think, but he is still going to make a lunge into 19. He just backs out of it. And
Right, I'm back. I've got the shop in the kitchen.
Well, that was quick.
I haven't put it away yet. It's just sitting there.
Here we go, though, once again.
Towards turn 1! And there's a change of lead once again on the penultimate lap. Has anyone else got any warnings yet? Can we check that? Oh.
Yeah, well... Yeah, Kai Harris got one when you were away.
Oh, not again! For the third time in the S's, right outside of the S's! This time, Bradley can't make the move. As, oh my word! He went tricker moves in the S's, but for the third time as well. Getting out of shape, Will Lewis, looking for a podium here in the United States. If Will Lewis can get ahead of the Ferraris, do you reckon he can start backing them up into Paul?
He's got one more. He's got one more warning till he gets.
Oh, AWR just got 9 seconds.
Just got another one as well. And are the top two gonna go close once again? Bradley with a lot more ERS down to turn 12.
Here we go, towards turn 12. Is it rinse and repeat of all the other laps? He's going down the inside, is he? Looking for it, but isn't close enough. I think he's playing the more conservative game on this current moment in time. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he really was there. You know, he didn't quite have the closing speed that we've seen before, but now he does have a big ERS advantage going towards the last lap. And Mascara, I don't know, has he played it right totally? Because Bradley has got a lot more, and when will Bradley wants to make the move? Because if he makes it down into turn 1, obviously there's still the opportunity to get back into turn number 12.
Right,
heading towards the last lap.
Let's have it. On to the last lap of this race. Bradley is using our overtake button, and he's getting in the slipstream down towards turn 1. Will he go down the inside? Yes, he does. To the inside of turn 1. Almost contact between the front right and the rear left tyre. As then we go towards the S's once again for the final time. It's 2 wheel-to-wheel moments and into the S's on the last lap. Bradley looking for it, but can't make it stick. And this the 4th time he's tried to make the move in the S's. As through the next couple of corners we go, I think Bradley just used one of his extra warnings there to try and gain some extra time. There's the battery then. It's a bit more
warning for Bradley,
the Red Bull, the Red Bull using.
As well, so needs to be careful.
It's going to be a good boy in this last lap in the final couple of sectors. It's the final lap, and it's the final back straight for the final time. They're going to be going with DRS and ERS and slipstream. Everything that they would want. The McLaren's got to defend this, but the Red Bull's gone to the inside. Down the inside goes Bradley on the final lap. Look by the McLaren as Bradley's got the lead with a side-by-side towards turn 13 as there's contact between the sideboard and the front tyre. Bradley's going to try and defend this on the inside of turn 15. McLaren's going to try and do what Bradley's done twice before on the traction on the exit of 16 towards the triple left-hander, right-hander. Bradley has got the lead in this race and from pole position after getting by 2.5 tenths. The John Brothers on the final lap on the bottom corner instead of a pole win. It's a 2nd win in a row for Mascara to take McLaren to the top. And now we wait to see what it's like at the line. If McLaren will be constructor champions or not. The Ferraris have been together all the way. As it stands, McLaren will be champions if it finishes. But it's what happens after the flag. Will Lewis up into the top 3. What about Paul? Has Paul got the Mercedes Ferraris? No, he's not. Has it been updated? McLaren, Constructors Champions in RFC2 Season 6. The United States can crown another Constructors Champion in 2022 real life. Red Bull got crowned in the US in 2025 in RFC2. McLaren win the RFC2 Constructors with a last lap penalty for Bradley. Oh my word.
Hang on a minute. Bradley is saying he could potentially get a warning removed.
Oh!
And that could decide the Constructors' Championship because, well, if you take 7 points away from...
11.
If you take 7 points away, that would be 22 points for McLaren, and that means Mercedes would outscore them by 1 point, which is what they need to keep it going. So
would they?
Yeah.
I mean, if
Mascara finishes, if Mascara finishes 2nd, he loses 7 points.
Yeah, then it'll put him level.
No, well, 29 take away 7 is 22.
I think the gap's. I think the gap's wrong.
Yeah, they'll be 100 points away from each other, and if McLaren were 101 points ahead,
oh yeah,
the championship would be over.
Yeah. Okay, I get your point. Right, so as it stands, McLaren are the Constructors' Champions. after the post-race penalties are applied? I'm not so sure. We'll see, but I think we're going to do some interviews now. Well, you are. I've got to put the shopping away.
I'll speak to some people. Look at the penalties.
Mate, I'm sweating. What a race.
Very long race director here.
Jesus.